Are you ready to take the leap into homeownership? This step-by-step guide will walk you through the process of buying your first home from getting pre-approved for a mortgage all the way to closing. So hey guys, I'm Christian and I've been in the mortgage industry since 2001. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or just looking to brush up on the process, this guide will provide you with all the information you need to successfully purchase your home. Now you might be a bit nervous at first, that's totally normal. And I can tell you, I was terrified when I bought my first home in 2002. Now, knowing what I know now, if you learn about the process and what to expect, you'll feel a lot better about any decisions that you make. So let me know in the comments if you're thinking about buying your first home this year and if there are any other questions you have about this process. Also, please be sure to hit the like button so others can see this. Okay, step one is getting approved for a mortgage. So the very first step in buying your first home is getting pre-approved for the mortgage. Now this means working with a lender to determine how much you can afford to borrow. This is important because it will give you a clear idea of what kind of homes you can afford and help you avoid wasting time looking at homes that are outside your budget. Now it's important for this to be accurate. It's kind of like building a brick wall and the approval is your foundation. So if the foundation is strong, we can build the wall pretty quickly and it will be strong. If we cut corners on our foundation, it might hold the bricks, but you do have a chance of it falling down when you go to the very last brick. So for this reason, I always recommend getting an underwriting approval. And if you aren't sure what that is, I'll put a link to a video in the description to go over it. Now, if you for some reason aren't able to get approved right now, the lender can give you step-by-step instruction on what you need to do so that you can get approved in the near future. Step number 2 is finding a real estate agent. Finding a good real estate agent can make a huge difference in your home buying experience. Now, it's important to know that the commission your agent earns is actually paid by the seller and it's included in the purchase price. Now, some agents may charge a fee of a few $100s to the buyer, but not all agents do. Now, you'll most likely do a lot of your searching for homes online, but your agent will schedule showings and help you write up an offer. Now, if you're working with a newer agent, you'll want to make sure they have somebody on their team that's experienced to review all the paperwork before it gets submitted. Be sure to read through any documents that are sent for you to sign. I think many agents are trustworthy, but they are human. And I've had mistakes on documents that were sent to me, and luckily I caught them before signing. So in 2021, I purchased a home and agreed to pay $1,000 more than any other offer they received. So yes, the market was absolutely crazy at that time. When the agent sent the final price over to me, it was $21,000 over. So luckily, I caught this before signing. So it's really important that you're reading everything and be very thorough there. Step number 3 is finding a home. So now that you're approved for a mortgage and have found a real estate agent, it's time to start looking for your dream home. Now, you'll want to work with your agent to determine what you're looking for in a home and then start looking at properties that meet your criteria. If you're looking for the perfect house, for the perfect price, in the perfect location, be aware that you can typically only get 2 out of the 3 on that list. Decide which one you're willing to sacrifice. Now, if you find the perfect house in the perfect location, chances are it's going to have a higher price. Step number 4 is to make an offer. Now, once you've found a home that you love, it's time to make an offer. Your real estate agent will help you determine a fair offer price and then present it to the seller. Make sure to discuss the best way to handle closing costs with your agent. Now, some will request seller-paid closing costs, others may not. If you need to minimize the amount of money that you need to bring to the table, you'll want to account for this in your offer. At the end of the video, I'll share a video I did on closing costs to give you kind of a rough idea of what these might be. After your offer is submitted, the seller will either accept, reject, or counter. So if they counter, that means they're requesting a change to the offer that they received. They do this with an addendum. Now, once you and the seller agree on terms, you'll move on to the next step in the process. Step number 5 is home inspection. Now, after your offer is accepted, it's really important to get a home inspection. Now, this will ensure that the home is in good condition and there are no major issues that need to be addressed. Homes are complex and there can often be a list of things that are on this inspection. So with this, you're looking for major problems. Are there cracks in the foundation or damage that can affect the home structurally? Maybe it needs a new roof. Here you'll have 4 options, okay? You can proceed as is, you can cancel the contract, you can request a credit for repairs, or request that the repairs be corrected. Now, step number 6 is final processing. So between getting the offer accepted and closing, you'll go through the final processing of your home loan. So your lender will have what's called an approval with conditions. Now, this is a list of all the final items that the underwriter needs in order to close your loan. Now, if you've had an underwriting approval from the beginning, this list could be pretty easy, but if you did a pre-qualification instead, this part of the process could get a little bit stressful depending on what's needed. There are deadlines and not a ton of time to get everything, which is why it's better to be very thorough on your approval from the very beginning. Now, step number 7 is closing. Now, once all inspections are completed and your loan is clear, it's time for closing. You'll receive a document called a closing disclosure, and this itemizes all the remaining money that is needed to go to closing. Now, review this closely to make sure it's accurate. The actual closing itself involves signing the closing documents in front of a notary and bringing money in the form of either a certified check or wiring it to the closing company. If you wire it, please make sure to call them to confirm the wire instructions just before you send it. There's a lot of wire fraud going on, and you don't want that money going to the wrong place. You want to make sure it goes to the right place. Now, if you want an idea of what closing costs might be when purchasing your home, here's a video to help you. You should also watch this video of the top 6 things that could cause your loan to be denied just before closing. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.